Many of you are gonna ask the natural question, which is this: what the heck do I drink? Okay, maybe you've been drinking soda, maybe you've been drinking orange juice. What do you drink? Well, your number one, water. Oh, gee, thank you, Eddie. I'm supposed to drink water. Yeah, well, actually, a lot of people don't drink water. Most people, 71% of Americans walking around are chronically dehydrated. So that's mostly everyone. Over 7 out of 10 people are walking around with not enough water in their system. So make sure you get enough water first and foremost. And you're gonna find out that sometimes you're actually craving some like soda or something else, but you're actually just thirsty for water. And the other thing scientists are finding is that thirst sometimes masquerades as hunger. So you feel hungry, but you're actually just craving hydration. So water's your best friend to do that. Again, invest a 20-ounce bottle, a steel bottle, where you can get as much water as you possibly can throughout the day, around a gallon for someone who's particularly an athlete, and maybe a little bit less for someone maybe who's not an athlete. My next favorite drink is probably your favorite drink, and that's coffee. Now, this isn't a half-laugh, decaf, mocha calf with milk or whatever you would call it at Starbucks. We're talking black, high-quality, mycotoxin-free coffee. Now, what does that mean? Well, a lot of the times when you're producing coffee in other countries, they get mold toxins because that coffee sits around, and mold toxins are really bad for you. You get brain fog, and if you're allergic to mold like I am, it can be really, really bad for you. So you want to go with black coffee, something that's single origin typically, but blends can sometimes be okay. But the reason why you want single origin is that blends can sometimes be guilty of having more mold toxin exposure. So black coffee is typically best in that respect. Now, it's black because we don't want you to put cream and sugar in the coffee. Remember, milk or cream and sugar is melted ice cream. We don't want you to put melted ice cream in a really, really good, powerful polyphenol health food like coffee. So if you need something sweet in it, put stevia drops in it, put a little xylitol in it, something like that. Again, Bulletproof Coffee is one of my favorites. Bulletproof Coffee. It's a really good, high quality coffee with MCT oil and grass-fed butter. Again, doesn't spike blood sugar as much, and you can stay kind of in that fasted state, and you're gonna be getting a ton of ketones, and it'll help the ketones kind of cross the blood-brain barrier and help you think really, really clearly. So I recommend that. Certain teas are good. Again, not sweet tea, okay, if you're from the South. Black tea, green tea, you know, any kind of or think herbal teas. These teas are gonna be good for you, okay? Chamomile tea, echinacea tea. The thing about teas you have to be careful is get a high quality tea. If you get too cheap of a tea, you have potential for mold toxin exposure again, which causes brain fog and can be bad if you're allergic to it. So teas are a really good substitute if you're trying to wean yourself off of lemonade and Gatorade and ices. Go with teas if you like a little flavor. Sparkling water is also a really good hack. I'll just put that up here. Sparkling as a substitute. It takes some getting used to for a lot of people, especially if you've been drinking Sprite and 7-Up your whole life. But if you get used to it, things like LaCroix are now really, really popular. A lot of people have been drinking those for a long time, but now they're popular because people are getting more healthy, which is great. So I encourage you, go for something like that. Those are really, really tasty. Perrier, those brands, really, really good. One of my favorite drinks is something called Killcliff. Now, if you're a workout warrior and you're looking for a good recovery drink, I love Killcliffs. Some of them have a few carbs in them, but a lot of those carbs are from some of the healthy sweeteners like a xylitol and erythritol. Those carbs are not gonna spike your insulin like sugar does, so you don't have to worry about them as much. So if you're on keto, that can be good for you. I encourage Killcliff because it has a lot of different B vitamins and different minerals and even some adaptogenic herbs, so I encourage people to get that. And there's no sugar in it as well. If you're one of those people that just needs a soda, go with this, Xevia. If you've never heard of Xevia, Xevia is just a stevia fruited, healthy, sweetened, kind of like a pseudo soda. Now, if you do, again, drink a lot of sodas, these are gonna taste probably weird to you, okay? Because you're having 40 grams of sugar to having 0 grams of sugar. You're going from having a few carbs or 30 carbs to having 0 carbs. So keep that in mind. This is gonna probably be very different, but if you can get used to them, they have all the flavors. They've got Coca-Cola flavor, ginger beer, all Dr. Pepper, I think they call it Dr. Xevia. ginger ale, all the different flavors. My kids love these. They make little kid versions and they love them. They've never had a real soda, so they actually don't know what that tastes like, which is great. They don't have to deal with all the headaches and the sugar rushes and the caffeine. We just give them these. So I encourage you, get a couple of these, and then as you wean off sugar, you're gonna see that these are actually pretty good for you. All right, let me answer the elephant in the room, and that's alcohol, okay? Now, I'm not gonna get into whether or not you should drink alcohol as a Christian. If you're Baptist, I love you. Don't know what to tell you. I believe Jesus turned water into wine. So be it. We believe what we believe. But let's just talk about for the health factors of all these. Should you just drink alcohol wholesale? Well, if you are gonna drink it, it should be sparingly anyway, right? We don't wanna be drinking so much alcohol anyway. It's not good for us. It's also not good for our behavior and our actions. So we don't want any addictions. But if you do have it on special occasions, what should you drink? I'm gonna go with vodka and tequila. Maybe your two least favorite hard liquors, but these two have the least amount of sugar and the lowest amount of calories, and you get the most bang for your buck. So a tequila and water, or tequila and club soda, or tequila and sparkling water, or vodka, those are going to be really, really good for you, and they're gonna have the least damage. Now these are gonna damage you. It's alcohol. It's gonna hurt your liver. You have to come to grips with that. But if you are gonna drink it anyway, you might as well drink the best version for you. So go in that direction. What about wine? I think wine is probably okay. You wanna go with the driest wine possible. So if it's red or white, you want as dry as possible. White typically can get a little drier. The sweeter the wine, the worse, because it's more sugar, right? The thing about that you have to be careful with wine is that wine can get exposed to mold toxins and pesticides, even if it's organic. So if you're really sensitive to those things, be mindful of that if you're choosing a wine. Beer is a very bad option for you. So I'll just put beer up here, and then I'm gonna just put one of these. So if you're a hipster and you like your craft brews, I would just say, if you drink a beer, understand beer is really, really bad for you. Not just because it has alcohol, because it's packed with carbs, packed with calories, and it's made with barley and hops and wheat. And those things are typically GMO'd, and for all the reasons we've already explained, are gonna cause inflammation in your body, and you're gonna have a tremendous amount of brain fog. Now, what do you do to kind of if you're going to drink alcohol, how can you kind of help aid the process of you feeling better and being able to perform the next day? Well, take activated coconut charcoal with your alcohol. That's gonna absorb a lot of the toxins that are gonna go into your body. So take that and then supplement with glutathione, a supplement that will help replenish your liver and be a natural antioxidant and help fight off some of the sickness that may come along with that. And then vitamin C as well is also good. And then drink a ton of water. So if you drink one drink, have a glass of water alongside of it. If you have a vodka, have the vodka water, or tequila and soda with a lime. Also have another glass of water along with that, and that'll help flush it all out of your system.